Hey guys, very late on this, I apologize. And technically this is going to be the second time I do this because, first off, welcome to a very late Cringe of the Month. And let me get out of the way real fast. This is going to be very different. This is not going to be really complaining about anything. This is not really cringe of the month. But it's going to be more me talking about live action DC and characters who I would love to see in live action DC movies. And I've said this before in movies. I do not mind live action DC movies. Yes, the DC animated stuff is so much better. Blah, blah, freaking blah. They're not bad. They're not good. They're okay when they can be. Some are actually really good, like Aquaman and Shazam and every freaking 90s, 80s Batman, early 2000s Batman. They're fine. Here are characters that I would love to see in live action. First, Martian Manhunter, John Jones. His character can work in live action. With the stories he can tell, and even if it's to set... Actually, thinking about it, this guy, John, would be the perfect guy to use to set up a new Justice League movie. Not to get them all together, but he'd be the guy that would be perfect for hinting at the new Justice League movie. Because with John, you think John Jones, a lot of the time you think of him partnered up with Batman. So, using John as the lightning rod, or even the foundation for a new Justice League movie, or at least how... I'll use this as an example. Using John Jones, a Martian Manhunter movie, the same way Marvel used Iron Man as their starting point, but not like them. Using him as he was the guy that set everything up. Because once Iron Man came out, then the MCU started to move along. I'm not saying John should be the Tony Stark and the Iron Man of a new DC universe. God, no. I'm saying he'd be the perfect guy to get it kick-starting a new Justice League. Maybe, or hell, Justice Society of America. Be definitely a different character since John was not a part of the JSA, but screw it. Actually, that's another character I would love to see in live action. Wildcat. I do not have him in Funko form because I don't think they've made one of him yet. But Wildcat, love to see him in live action. He's just a guy that whoops ass with his fists. Think Batman, but no money. And is a boxer. Next. This is a black sheep favorite of mine. This is Deadman. For those who don't know, Deadman's real name is Boston. Don't ask me his last name because I don't fucking remember. Boston was a circus performer. Think Robin, almost. But no parents. Boston was a trapeze artist. In the middle of a move, where it's a traditional go to one trapeze to the other, he fucked up, and of course, like every circus performer in DC, there was no net to catch his ass. So, he dies mid-stunt, but his ghost thinks he nailed it. If I know this correctly, and I probably don't, Deadman's whole thing is that he now wanders the earth as a tortured soul kind of guy, I believe. For a live-action thing for Deadman, you could use it as supernatural sci-fi. Team him up with live-action Zatanna, or use him for a new Constantine. Don't even have it be about Deadman. Same with John. I say the same thing for all these guys. They don't have to be the main focal point. I would love to see them in live action. And who knows, maybe they have been and I just don't know. So yeah, if you want to make a Deadman movie, have it be sci-fi, supernatural, ghost story kind of thing. Like, scary stories to tell in the dark kind of shit. But make sure it's rated correctly. And have his main villain, or a main recurring villain, be the Gentleman Ghost. If you don't know who that is, look him up. I'm not going to go into it. And I put this character on ever since I first saw him in, I don't know if it was Batman Brave and the Bold, or Justice League Unlimited. By the way, common thing in all three of these characters. Well, not John, with Batman Brave and the Bold. But when I first saw this, I cannot lie. When I was a kid and I first saw this character, I was playing him. When I would play superheroes with my friends, I was this character so many times. Even when I was playing by myself as a kid, I would always be this character when I would play, like, Batman universe kind of thing. And that is, I don't know if I've said this before in a video, but I've said this so many times in my life, This is a character I put in my top 5 superheroes of all time. Not just DC, all time. Etrigan, the Demon. I love... Also, this little thing about the Funko, just to show you, the little rips in his cape are awesome little details. This character is a fucking badass. You have a demon as a superhero. Not like Ghost Rider, where he's like Satan's freaking bounty hunter. This is a demon that whoops demons' asses to protect Earth from other demons. That's also bonded to a guy who's practically dead without him. And for those who don't know of the story of Etrigan, let me give you a little cliff note. That's basically what I do. Etrigan is fused with a character named Jason Bloodworth, or some shit like that. Jason something. I posit Blood's in his name somewhere. The way I remember it, and this is the Brave and the Bold origin that I remember. He was cursed with this demon by an evil empress character. And when he recites a rhyme, he can transform into this character. Now, in traditional Etrigan, Etrigan could only speak in rhymes. That's why I love him so much, because the writing that has to go into writing a character that can only speak in rhymes is so awesome. That's why people, even if people loved him in Justice League Unlimited the few times he showed up, the thing that people always were shaken up about is the fact that Justice League Unlimited's Etrigan did not speak in rhymes. Every other version spoke in rhymes, which I think is a very crucial part to Etrigan's character. Same thing with, going to a kind of an ABGN reference, looking at Spawn games on the NES, his eyes needed to be green. What was that Game Boy? Whatever. Toss that reference aside. I'm sorry I even tried to make a joke like that. Etrigan's one of his core personalities is that he rhymes. And I'll even say I don't know if there's a longer version of this, but this is a version I always have known for this character, for Jason to turn into Etrigan. Gone, O form of man, and rise the demon Etrigan. I know he has made appearances in Justice League animated universe movies, like Justice League Dark, all that bullshit movies. And I loved his character design so... I just love this fucking character. He's such a badass! You could do the same thing with him as you did Marvel did for a Ghost Rider movie. Just take out the sappy love shit and have it all be about a demonic badass whooping ass. I mean, I have nothing else to say. How can you, if you look up freaking quotes for all these characters, Etrigan, Deadman, and Martian Manhunter John Jones. Look up the videos of like greatest quotes for these guys. Stand up, fella. And you'll see why I want them to be in live action. And if they have, I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if they've been in live action before. This is just me saying it. I want them in movies or series of DC live action. James Gunn, use these characters, please. And it's a very weird cringe of the month, and I apologize on that, but this is kind of where I leave you off, and I'm going to try to do it early next month. For May, I promise. I promise it will not be on May 31st. I'm going to try harder to make more videos. I want to make more videos. And also, hopefully you guys also subscribe. Cheap plug, I guess. Hopefully you guys have subscribed to my TikTok account, Jedinator Gator, where I post a lot more frequently than YouTube for some fucking reason. I think it's just because I can easily make videos very fast there. I should have expanded a video I made on TikTok for this. What? You know what? That'll be next Cringe of the Month. I know what video I'll make for Cringe of the Month next month. I promise, and it won't be on May 31st. Anyway, bye guys. Sorry again for being late and this feeling very rushed.